Good morning. Mike Franskoviak and John Ferran here. We're here today to talk to you about the State of Michigan Offer and Compromise Program. Now, most of you know that the IRS has had an Offer and Compromise Program around that's been around for many years. Well, within the last 2 to 3 years, the State of Michigan has enacted their own Offer and Compromise Program. So now we are able to compromise State of Michigan tax debts on the same basis that we are with the IRS. We're able to compromise income taxes, sales taxes, and withholding taxes. So if you have income tax problems or payroll tax problems or sales tax problems with the State of Michigan, we can handle it with you may qualify for an Offer and Compromise Program. So today, John Ferran, my case manager, is here, and John is going to talk about one of our bigger cases that we recently got through with the State of Michigan. So John, why don't you tell us a little bit about this taxpayer?
Thanks, Mike. Appreciate it. The taxpayer came to us in spring of 2016 with a very large state tax problem that stemmed from the mid-2000s, from liabilities related to Michigan business tax, also withholding tax, etc. The taxpayer owed $441,000 to the state of Michigan.
That's a lot of enchiladas.
It was. And unfortunately, there were no books and records, so we could not go back and correct the tax liability. So we decided that for this taxpayer, the best route would be an offer and compromise with the state of Michigan based on diverse collectability. The taxpayers were not in a position where they would ever be able to pay back $441,000.
And when those taxpayers came to us, John, the taxpayers themselves, as a method of good faith, had entered into a payment agreement with the state of $25 a month. What was the effect of that?
Well, the long-term effect on that of the $25 a month installment agreement was that it extended the statute of collections.
Right, and it doesn't even cover the interest or the penalty on the debt, so the debt was not going down at all.
Correct, and it was a show of good faith on the taxpayers' part, and they wanted to fulfill their obligations in the only way that they could, and suffering the financial hardship that they were, that's what they could do at the time.
So we filed the offer and compromise. About how long did it take to go through the system?
We filed the offer and compromise in June of 2016. It took over a year before it was reviewed, which is not terribly uncommon with the state of Michigan.
And what happened? What was their decision?
Upon financial review, we went back and forth a couple times with the state of Michigan and the technician that was working this particular offer and compromise. Ultimately, I don't believe that we were asked enough questions, and the offer and compromise was denied.
But he rejected it.
It was rejected.
And then we went to appeal.
We did appeal it based on an erroneous rejection, which had to do with an asset, a specific asset, which the taxpayers did not own or have any interest in. So
the appeals process was successful, and we ultimately succeeded.
We did prevail. We went back and forth with appeals. In fact, in this instance, with this case, the senior policy director for the state of Michigan Treasury Department indicated that they are altering the appeals process due to our efforts in this case. Ultimately, we were able to attain a positive outcome. The offer and compromise was accepted as we submitted it for the same dollar amount. No adjustments were necessary.
And I bet the taxpayers were really happy when you called them. Is that correct?
In tears, literally in tears. So yes, happy would be an understatement.
So if you have a tax problem with the state of Michigan, give us a call. We might be able to solve it with an offer and compromise. Thank you, and have a blessed day.